Well, we've been through a lot. We've talked about a lot of Halloween movies. Only 2 left. Let's talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween. Halloween is written and directed by Rob Zombie. It stars Scout Taylor-Compton, Malcolm McDowell, Tyler Mane, Danielle Harris, Brad Dourif. And this is Rob Zombie's reimagining of the Michael Myers legend, trying to really delve into his psyche and explain him as an understandable killer. He's no longer a shape of pure evil. He's no longer the boogeyman. He's something else now. He's a psycho, and we're gonna figure out what makes him fucking tick and really understand why he's a psycho now. With this movie, Rob Zombie decided, I don't want to do the same old thing. He really wants to do it very differently, take his own style, do it very much different, his own way. For better or worse, it's going to be a very different movie, and I can respect that right off the bat. I respect he took our Michael Myers and he wanted to do you justice in a different way. He didn't want to do the same old shit. He wanted to try and make you cool by being different with it, have a stylish retelling, new stuff. I will say, however, with that idea of retelling it in that way, there's immediately a big fucking flaw. Michael Myers, the boogeyman, the shape of pure evil. There was something about that. He's unexplained. We don't understand him. At least in the original. Eventually they tried to explain him with cults and stuff. But in the original and in the second two, he's just some unexplained force of evil. That mystique of him being a boogeyman, all that stuff that's left up to our interpretation, just creep factor, it's all pretty much gone now because we're really delving into his psyche. We really understand why this little kid is a psycho. And that makes it less scary. I'll just say it. It makes it less scary because now he's not the unexplained. We know every aspect about him almost. So I'm immediately less scared. Even though Tyler Mane as Michael Myers, like the guy's fucking 6'9". He looks scary in the mask. He's an intimidating guy. But I'm way more scared of the shape of pure evil. And speaking of Tyler Mane, the guy as Michael Myers, he's big, he's intimidating, scary. I thought he did good. He was one of the best versions of Michael Myers as far as an actor portraying him. I thought he did a good job, even though he's not saying anything. He puts on a mask and he has to be scary. Good job. And Scout Taylor-Compton as Laurie, she does good too. She's not the same thing as Jamie Lee Curtis. They're different. It's a different interpretation, but still very likable. You don't want her to die. Then Malcolm McDowell as Loomis. Very good. I love his interactions with young Michael when they're in the psychiatric hospital and everything. He's very good. The problem is in like the second half, he kind of becomes a little useless as a character. The first half though, he's really damn good. Danielle Harris, I love that casting of having her come back as a different character. She was like young Jamie in Halloween 4 and 5. Now she's Annie, the sheriff's daughter character, and the sheriff's played by Chucky himself, Brad Dourif. Credit Rob Zombie. He's got some sensibilities of like a Tarantino with this clever casting. But it's just like Rob Zombie is a different thing. He's a Tarantino with less taste, talent, and overall style. But Rob Zombie's got his own thing going on. And I like that casting. He even has the spy kid in here as a bully, Junie. So I think that's funny too. But like Rob Zombie's style, he comes at this and he has an aesthetic of dirty, grimy, hillbilly assholes. That's what I think of his style as. Very redneck, dirty trash, white trash basically. And that's here. It's not here for the whole movie, but I'll tell you, when we begin in that style, I don't like that style or aesthetic, and it was testing my patience when it was here. And it immediately, okay, Michael Myers lives in this meth lab, white trash type environment. That's why he's a psycho killer. Okay, that could be any number of people. Why does that have to be Michael Myers? You're ruining the mystique of Michael Myers by just overdoing it. You're overselling. This would make him crazy and a killer. No shit. It would make pretty much anyone at least damaged. Why does it have to be that? Wouldn't it be 100 times creepier, like the original, if they portrayed him at the beginning? Just a good kid, super lovable, and suddenly just out of nowhere murderous, and he snaps. It's like, what the fuck happened here? And then that's way creepier when you over-explain it and give him all these reasons. His mom's a stripper. She's dating this asshole. His sister's a slut. All these things that lead to him. He's getting bullied. All these things that lead to him being a psycho. They oversell why he should be crazy, and then they don't stop there. When he goes to the insane asylum, he's just breaking down and delving into actual like things of sociopaths and psychopaths. He has to hide behind masks. He likes to kill small animals. People rape people in his cell. Like, there's so many dumb things where it's like, God, you're just overdoing it, Rob Zombie. This style you have. Hold back. Do less. You're it's always more. He's always trying to do more. There's a couple times in this movie too where it's like there's a great creepy setup. Someone's like running out of a house or something, a long lingering shot. They get pulled back in, door slam, long lingering shot, and it's like, ooh, this is gonna be left up to our interpretation, and we can just imagine the creepy shit. Then he goes inside the house and shows, all right, here's how they die. Here's how they get sliced up. He has to show every horrible murder in a visceral style. He can't hold back. He can't not show anything. And his style, it's too much. I'll say that right now, it's too much. Even though he still, like, the movie looks good most of the time. Like, cinematography is really good and different. The beginning, a lot of handheld, grimy footage, and then the insane asylum, cold, distant, locked down on these like tripod shots, and then the final Halloween remake portion of the movie, smooth, slick camera work, but it's like it's got the nice warm glow of Halloween, and then the creepy, cold, murderous side of that too, where it's all dark and scary. So like he's doing good stuff with the camera, but at times a lot of shaky cam and stuff going on. And to credit him, he's doing different stuff. He wants to explore Michael's childhood, his time in the asylum. And when it comes to remaking Halloween, it's like, okay, we got the Linda and Bob death where like he chokes her on the phone and then stabs him in a wall. And even then he kind of improves that because the knife, like when he gets stabbed in the original, the knife is like still sticking out this far and he's jammed in a wall. It's like, that's a big ass knife apparently. Like what's going on there? Like little aspects he's tweaking to make them a little bit better here and there. And he's changing a lot. He's not retelling everything. It's like, okay, there's babysitting, but I kind of like the kids in this one better. They're not annoying dumbasses. They're likable. And the deaths are different. And there's some horrifying moments, really creepy stuff. One part, Laurie wanders into a house to find something horrible. And then you find out, like, the door closes and Michael was just sitting there watching in the darkness. It's like, that's fucking creepy. There's some creepy shit with Michael. If less of this movie sticks with me, it's not as creepy or scary because he's showing so much. When you leave stuff up to interpretation and show less, it becomes creepier. But still, there's a lot, like, the music in this. I love Tyler Bates' version of the Halloween score. He does really good with that. Really effective. Like I said, all the actors do a good job. It's a well-shot movie for the most part. Rob Zombie's style is a little too much, so overall, when we're seeing certain things and he just keeps showing us more and more and more, less is more, Rob Zombie. Remember that. I appreciate Rob Zombie is telling it very different, doing it a different way in his own style, but it's like he doesn't quite get why Michael Myers works. The force of pure evil. He's not a real dude. He's not a real dude that's just overqualified to become a psycho because of all these horrible things. He's getting it wrong, kinda, and I get it. It's his own interpretation. He wants to do Michael Myers differently. It's still way lesser than the original. Even if I do kind of enjoy it, like I can sit through this movie and be entertained, but still there's always like, it would have worked better this way. You're fucking up because the interpretation treats him like a real dude instead of a monster. And overall, I don't hate this movie. I've got problems with it, with his style, wanting to show too much, the characterization of like Michael Myers as a real dude. But like with this new interpretation, we're getting cool stuff with him as a kid, even if that's not how I want it to be. I want him to be different, not this fucking white trash kid that became a serial killer. I want him to be the pure evil force. I like that better. They fundamentally fucked up how Michael Myers works. They've changed that core aspect that really makes him work and is really creepy. And that's a big problem. There's still a lot I like and a lot I don't. They've changed a lot. I respect them. I enjoy a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that don't work too. It's a mixed bag, and it's like, it was right in the middle for me, but getting Michael Myers wrong is a big issue. Of all the things, when you fundamentally change a character and alter things that are supposed to be the core elements of what make them that character, when you change that, it's not that character anymore, it's something else, and that's what puts it over on the negative side to me, even though I do enjoy the movie overall, but not enough. I would give Halloween a C+. I think it's a fundamentally flawed movie. In the core idea of how they're going to do the story, it's flawed in that way that doesn't succeed. Comment below, tell me your thoughts on Halloween, and I'll see you guys next time when I talk about Halloween 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.